Back to the amount of water we need to drink. Remember I said we want to get half our body weight in ounces. And I also said at a minimum. So if I'm at 200 pounds and I'm getting 100 ounces in, that's my bare minimum. That's what my body needs daily to help re-moisturize from its daily functions. But if I want to get some extra cleansing and I want to add the water therapy in as part of that cleansing, then what I have to do is increase that water at least by about 25 to 30%. So what does that mean in English? I'm 200 pounds. My minimum is 100 ounces. I want to add extra cleansing. So what I want to do is get at least 125, 130 ounces of water in a day. That sounds like a lot, but really that's just about a gallon of water. And if you're sipping that through the course of the day, as your body gets used to it, you will find that it's not difficult. Now, one of the other concerns that I've heard, people say, well, I don't have a taste for water. I don't have a desire for water. You cannot treat water as a food. You have to treat it like a medicine. You're taking your medication every day, and your medication happens to be water. Believe it or not, after a while, your body's actually going to start to crave water. So after a couple of weeks of doing this, your body's going to say, ooh, water, give me water. That's a sign that your body is starting to respond and starting to function. So we want to get minimum half our body weight in ounces and a little extra to start to help the body in its cleansing. Now, when we talk about cleansing, what are we talking about? We're talking about, as we resaturate the body, helping the kidneys, the liver, our entire glandular system function better. Because first off, the number one ingredient that our kidneys needs is, guess what? Water. Not juice, not soda, not tea, but water. The number one ingredient our urinary tract system needs, which is our spleen, our bladder, our gallbladder, our pancreas. Number one ingredient it needs is, guess what? Water. Number one ingredient our liver needs is water. Basically, number one ingredient our entire body needs is water. Without that, our kidneys can't filter impurities out. Without the water, our liver cannot flush and detoxify. And our liver is the primary regulator for our glandular system and blood purifier. So without enough water moisture, then it cannot purify the blood. It cannot help in regulating the other glands like our adrenals, thyroid, pineal, pituitary, mammary, prostate glands needs that regulation that the liver would give, as well as the water, of course. But if you're not getting the water and the liver and kidneys is not getting it, guess what? The rest of the body is not getting it. Now, another one of those debates is the difference between spring and distilled water. My preference is mountain spring water. Then when you're looking at distilled water, you've got to be sure what water was distilled. If it was water from a nuclear plant or a chemical waste site, you can be distilling that all day long, you're still going to have impurity. Then you have the danger of filtered water, especially the bottled filtered water. You know, all these advertisements about, drinking water, which is nothing but filtered faucet water. But it doesn't get out the heavy metals like the lead and the mercury. You can try distilling that all day long. It's not going to get that out. So you want the good mountain spring water, running water. The more the water is moving, the cleaner the water is. The more stagnant the water is, the more bacteria and impurities. Just like our body. The better things are moving, the cleaner and more purified it is. The more stagnant it is, the more bacteria, germs, poison, and waste ends up being stored in our system. So you always want to go with mountain spring, then distill. But then also you got to read labels. Labels are important. If it says drinking water, it's nothing but faucet water. And it might say spring water, but you need to read the ingredients, because I saw the spring water one time and it says processed and bottled in municipality, which means city, of Newark, New Jersey. Now, I haven't seen any mountain springs in Newark, New Jersey. So just like your food, you got to read the label. But as you re-moisturize the system, your bowels will move better, you will lose weight, blood pressure will go down, the body will start to heal better when you're getting that water moisture in. So our number one ingredient before our vitamins and herbs and food and exercise must be water. Now, back to our question for today. Remember our question? It was a true or false question. Filtered water is just as effective as spring or distilled water. If your answer was false, pat yourself on the shoulder. Congratulations, you were correct. Remember, filtered water could be any kind of water that they slap a label of filtered on. So I want to thank you for joining us at Doc's Herbal Corner. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.